2,012 miles.
I just went 2,012 miles.
Space miles.
Yeah, well, we don't need to tell them that.
Okay.
This is Commander Emma Green here. Getting to Mars, it requires the best of us, from all of us.
I feel like I'm dreaming. This is just remarkable.
Karen Nyberg, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's so great to be here. I'm just so gobsmacked, quite frankly, that I'm speaking to you. I can't believe we're actually watching them up at the International Space Station right now working.
On board right now, we have Jessica Meir. She was in the class of 2013, which is the first class to have half women and half men. There was 4 of each, which I think is fantastic.
Wow.
That's cool, isn't it?
It's so cool. Hello. It's so incredible to be here and to see you up there. I'm quite emotional. Believe it or not, I wanted to be an astronaut at 5 years old. I just play one. I'm just so gobsmacked, quite frankly, that I'm speaking to you. I feel like I'm dreaming.
Well, I feel that way a lot up here, too, so you're in good company.
How long have you been up there?
I've been up here a little bit over 4 months. I arrived at the end of September.
What's your favorite thing up there right now?
How overwhelming and how incredible all of it is, because it's something that we've been training for so long. I've been training for this for over 6 years now, and I've been dreaming of being an astronaut since I was 5 years old. But nothing really can prepare you for how it feels personally. And for me, as soon as I arrived, and you're just floating all the time, 24 hours a day. I mean, you're down here, you can jump up to the ceiling, feel like Spider-Man, spin all around, do whatever you want.
I was gonna ask you, what is one of your favorite parts of being an astronaut, but that might answer my question, your pose right now. You look awesome. That is so fun. I can't even believe it.
It really does turn you into a bit of a 5-year-old where, no matter what time of day it is or something, you might just end up doing a little spin because you can. And I think one of my favorite things as part of this mission has been the spacewalks that we've been fortunate enough to do. We did 9 spacewalks during that 4-month period, and that's a lot more than normal. So we were doing a lot of maintenance and activities outside the space station, and that was a really incredible thing to be a part of.
I just got so emotional listening to you talk about that.
I think the other thing that's really extraordinary that I love to look at from up here are the oceans and the currents. So you can see where rivers are emptying out. You can see the different colors of the water. And when you're in the cupola looking down on the Earth, that feeling is just simply difficult to describe and put into words.
I can only imagine what a blessing that you get to experience that.
I'd love to go to Mars one day, but again, in this series that you'll be exploring, maybe you'll get there before any of us.
Yeah, I'll give you some tips when you guys are ready.
Wanna do a photo with her?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Should I do a cartwheel?
Yeah.
So this is all of the space shuttle flights that did the assembly of Space Station.
Oh, that's so cool.
And
so these are different iterations.
Iterations as the space station was being built. Yeah, that's
You have been on that and gone into space. So you met your husband in here and training?
Right, we were both in the class of 2,000 of astronauts.
That's incredible. Is there any chance that you guys could ever go to space together?
We wouldn't because we have a child. So even if there was an opportunity to do that, we wouldn't do that.
And there are their families right in front of them.
The virtual hug's a very special moment.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
One of the things I get asked a lot is, are you gonna have kids or when are you gonna have kids? But my male counterpart in doing the same interview won't get asked that.
Right.
Does that translate into you guys' press?
It kind of did. I would get asked a lot about being a mom and leaving my child behind and all that, where my male counterparts didn't, even though they were parents as well. And I didn't really mind because he's the most important thing in my life. So you can ask me about him all you want. It turns out probably 90% of the men who have flown on long duration have children, where only maybe 20% of the women. So most of the men are fathers.
Right.
And don't get asked that question as frequently as I did. At least I noticed at the time.
Yeah, that's fascinating to me. Okay, where are we?
This is the countermeasures lab. This is where they have all of the exercise equipment.
In space, if you're not strapped down, you won't be running very long.
No, you won't.
So one of
You'll
the
be
things
running in the air.
one of the things we need to do is put you in a harness.
Okay.
And
I've worn a lot of these in the show to pretend that I'm in zero G.
we're not going to go very fast.
We'll just pretend we are. They'll speed the film up.
The whole thing's on a vibration isolation system. You're kind of moving funny. And when I started, I walked. I couldn't get to a jog. I had to work up to the point
Yeah,
where
this
I
is
could
a
do
lot of
jog
work.
with that load. And then we could
Be the new workout. We might need to create something. This is really intense, you guys. I'm just walking. I'm about to start breathing hard.
So you just went 12 miles in space. 2012 miles.
I just went 2,012 miles.
Space miles.
Yeah, well, we don't need to tell them that. So we're coming off the T2 to the what?
This is the ARED, the Advanced Resistive Exercise Device, which is basically our weightlifting machine.
You guys need you need a full-on degree just for this machine, let alone going into space.
We do a lot of training on it.
Is this where you pull your espresso? Right here?
We can load this lift bar up to 600 pounds, and then you can
That's
pull,
what I need.
We can pull on that cable up to 250 pounds.
This is not like the equipment at Gold's Gym.
Want to give it a go?
Yeah.
All right, stand up nice and straight. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you got it on 600.
So
These exercises also take some getting used to in space because this platform is floating. Good job with all the equipment. I think you're a natural. Thanks. This is the space vehicle mock-up facility, and we have full-size mock-ups of the entire habitable volume of the space station. So where we're walking right now is the Japanese lab, and this is true to size. This is exactly the size. We have equipment and science on this is called the overhead, the deck, forward and aft.
And are there portals like that where you look down
There is
all the time?
window. They called it the lab window. There's a sleep station on the overhead and the deck and port and starboard.
Oh, wow.
And this is basically the size. And so we would put our sleeping bags on the wall. We had a couple computers. And this is kind of the homey part of Space Station, sort of thing.
We've definitely done the film version of a sleeping pod. When you see ours, you'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
that is not what ours look like.
Let's see, here's our bathroom. So we have a limited number of washcloths and towels that we can use. So I would try to conserve it, and I would you squirt of water from a bag. I would comb it up because combing it down would be useless because it doesn't stay down. So
Yeah.
you just kind of comb it up.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
And then so after you're done with your towels, after they're dirty, because clearly you don't have a washing machine, you just put them in a bag
And
and
put
then
them in the trash, and then they get burned up in the atmosphere. But we would
That's
after
one way to do laundry.
Exactly. This is where we eat our dinners. There's a galley table. This is where we prepare our food.
Has the food gotten better? Speaking
The food
of,
is good, actually. I enjoyed the food. There's a huge variety.
hello.
Hi there.
Nice to see you.
Good to meet you.
Hi, I'm Hillary.
Kimberly. It's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you too.
All right.
What do you have here?
So we have some space food products that we'd like to share with you. We've got asparagus and pineapple. We have a facility here at JSC called the Space Food Systems Laboratory.
Okay.
And so these are very similar to the meals ready to eat pouches that the military uses, but we have our own formulations.
What you do is you add water in the galley to
your-
node 1 into it to hydrate it, and then let it sit. Usually it'll tell you how long they want you to let it sit.
5 to 10 minutes, it says here on this packet.
And it'll tell you hot water, cold water, depending on what the food is.
Excellent. And then you cut it open. And how do
then
they? Don't they fly away?
No, usually there's enough liquid in it that it all sticks together.
Oh, that's good. That's so good. Word on the street is, in all the movies that are depicted, oh, it's not good. Can't wait to get back to Earth to eat. This is better than most food I find.
We have a very wide variety.
On Earth.
They've really been working on getting the recipes. A lot of fruit to choose from, a lot of entrees to choose from.
We take raw pineapple and hand cut it and pouch it.
This is so good. This is fresh.
Hey, that's actually a package for you to take today.
Oh my
and
gosh.
See what the different kinds of products we make are.
My mom and dad are gonna fight over this.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
So this is the Orion, which is what is going to take us to the moon, and it could also go to Mars eventually. So basically, the idea is this goes beyond low Earth orbit.
This is cool. Okay, so is this what you would lay in when you take off?
Yeah, so this would hold 4 crew members. You can see all of your systems, RCS, your reaction control system, the different valves, when they're open, when they're closed, what the pressures are.
You're like, you know what you're doing, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And we do it.
Ready to go
No, I want
to space?
Yes.
That's what I mean.
I'm ready to go to space.
Yes.
I don't want to leave.
When I float away, yeah, I get closer.
Showing up at NASA was a dream come true. It's something that I always wanted to experience. I wanted to be an astronaut. This is extraordinary. I was emotional when I walked in. The exploration that is being accomplished and what's happening in the future, it's just been, it seems surreal.